So I think I'm going to just do like a quick recap on Uruguay since I'm walking in this nice scenery here. So give my first impression. So first impression was fantastic. We rented a car. The person at 6 was very nice. And we drove directly towards Punta Del Este, making a couple of stops, scenic stops along the way. And everything that we saw was just very nice, very well put together, looked very safe. And then when we finally arrived to Punta del Este, just beautiful. I mean, the architecture, everything's brand new. It just looks like a very high-end city that you would find any place else in the world. So we were very pleased. And even Olivia went out a couple times to get food on her own by herself late at night when it was dark. And she said, yeah, it feels very, very safe here. She loved it. And we were kind of expecting a little bit of the same vibe, more or less, in Montevideo, but not so much. So Punta del Este, you can tell that's where the money is. Any place that's there, maybe around the surrounding neighborhood, it's money. You see a lot of high-end cars being driven, BMWs, Audis, you name it, Mercedes, high-end apartments overlooking the beach, very nice restaurants. The people are a little bit older, I would say, more like the retired crowd, but you do see people in their 20s and 30s and 40s and families and things as well. But I did generally see more of an older crowd there. But very beautiful place. I could see having a little second beach home there or something like that for the summer, if you live someplace outside of there or in a different country maybe. But outside of that, we drove, after 2 days of there, we drove a couple hours to Montevideo, and it's completely different. A lot of poverty, a lot of homelessness, and in multiple neighborhoods that we were in was like that. And any place you try to park your car, you have people trying to get money from you for parking, like they work there or they work for the city or something like that. This is just normal street parking. So I tried to avoid that. But as you saw in another video, there was a lady who approached me trying to get some money, a local crackhead. I didn't pay. Come back out a couple hours later after having lunch. She brings her boyfriend. Told him same thing, I'm not paying, it's not gonna happen. And he ended up walking away. Wasn't sure if he was going to get somebody else because she stayed right there next to me in the car. So I just put the family in and we got in and we left. And that was that. So I would have to say, you definitely have to watch your back here. And I probably feel like here and when I was the first night in Santiago, very similar. You have a lot of shady characters just walking around in general. And you have to be very mindful of that. So I haven't had that experience yet in Argentina, especially in Mendoza, but still have to make sure that you be safe no matter where you are. So something to be mindful of. It's supposed to be the safest city in South America, but maybe it's just here, the capital. Maybe other places are pretty good. Hard to say, I'm not too sure. But in my opinion, would I come back? No, there's no need to. And if I did, it would be going straight to Punta del Este to enjoy the water and being in a safe environment. But Montevideo, there's no way I would ever come back. It's a shithole, to be honest, in my opinion. And it's not much really to see or to do, which is why I think it's one of the least traveled outside of Paraguay, one of the least traveled places to visit in South America, because you don't have a lot of, sites or famous places of interest that people tend to want to fly into specifically to see anything. The food is good, I'll give it that. The food is really good. It's kind of like Argentina, have really good beef. But it's very expensive, which is another thing you have to think about too when you're coming out here, especially in Montevideo. You're gonna be in a shitty neighborhood, shitty area for the most part when you want to see the sites that they do have. And you're getting harassed, and at the same time you're spending a shit ton of money to have lunch or have dinner. Doesn't make any sense. You can go to Argentina, get the same quality food, great people, nice people, you'll love them, and you'll spend a fraction of the price, no problem. So I recommend just visiting Argentina and Buenos Aires, Mendoza, Mar del Plata, wherever Ushuaia, many options. It's a huge country. We've only been to two cities, but we are going to Mar del Plata in a couple weeks. So we're gonna check out that beach town. But yeah, I mean, it's just no point really to kind of come here because it's just not much to see and to do, and it's just really expensive. I mean, there's a place called Fredo, F-R-E-D-D-O. It's like an ice cream sorbet place. It's all over Buenos Aires. We go there all the time. It's one not too far from our apartment. And you can get a 1 kilogram, and you can choose up to 4 flavors of ice cream or sorbet, and it's about roughly $10 US. And we went to the same Fredo chain that was in Uruguay, in Punta Del Este, and it cost us, oh my God, it cost us like, I think, $11 for a quarter of a kilogram. Same quality, same taste, nothing was different. And another thing, like they only had like 2 or 3 options to choose from, where you have many options of flavors to choose from in Buenos Aires. So I didn't realize how much I paid because I wasn't really used to the currency yet. And then I sat down and looked at the receipt, and I'm like, holy shit, I spent like 20 bucks to get a quarter of a kilogram of sorbet. And my wife got like a little icy, a maracuya juice icy, and it cost us nearly $20. Now I could have got 2 kilograms almost. Well, yeah, 2 kilograms of sorbet back home in Buenos Aires and have been 100% satisfied, would have lasted me for weeks. So that kind of threw me off. We went to McDonald's, got 2 simple meals and a chicken nugget. It cost us $26. And then a lunch that we just had recently, nothing, it was good, but nothing major. It cost me over $100. I couldn't believe it. So really spent a lot of money since I've been out here. And yeah, just really not worth it in my opinion. So yeah, I think learning experience. I'm glad we came here so we can get a chance to see how it is, but all in all, just not really worth it at all. And the funny thing is too, like I was thinking, like once we finish Buenos Aires, we're headed to Brazil for a month or 5 weeks. I'm like, maybe we'll just come back and do Uruguay for a month if we really like it. And I do like Punta del Este. I wouldn't mind staying for a month, but you definitely need a car, which is expensive to rent for a whole month. And then the food, everything costs is just ridiculously overpriced. So I'm like, yeah, we probably just head straight to Colombia from there like we planned. And I think I've got my taste of Uruguay. So no need to really come back. So yeah, that's really my opinion. Let me know your thoughts or comments. If you've been to Uruguay and had a different experience, comment. I usually answer back. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching.